Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today I'm here with
Brock Miles.
Brock. Thank you for coming on. We know each other just a little bit through Whit Nichols, another person that we've had on the show, and also Zach Brown, another one that we just had on the show as well. So it's overdue that I had you on. I kept forgetting to have you on, so I apologize for that. But here we are. Our first question for the day. I like to ask this one. You went to Cap City, so what was the school like, in your opinion?
So the school, I didn't really know what to expect coming in because it's brand new high school, but I knew everyone just from middle school and stuff. It was nice. I mean, you just choose who you hang around, and they went well all 4 years.
Right. So, of course, we got to do the hot seat. You are the 9th person, I believe. 9th person, yeah. I checked earlier. You're number 9 on this, and then I will have to have a new version for number 10 because I like to do it every 3 to kind of, keep it mixed up a little bit. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1, and I'll ask you the first question. All right, 3, 2, 1. Favorite movie?
Moneyball.
Favorite song?
Hanging On by Morgan Wallen.
Least favorite sport?
To watch golf.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Least favorite food?
Onions.
Favorite pizza topping?
Sausage.
What is a hobby that you have?
MLB The Show.
How about a bucket list item?
Like to have.
Just anything, a bucket list item.
Go to Dominican Republic. That'd be cool.
What's your birthday?
February 19th, 2006.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I'm kind of ambidextrous.
All right, that's 35.9 seconds. So
Is that good?
You have beat the clock. All right, so you are a baseball player, of course.
Yeah.
When did you start playing baseball?
I was 5. It was either summer before kindergarten or after. I was 5 years old, T-ball.
T-ball's really funny to watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys kind of just run around the field like that in your T-ball league?
I was a tryhard. I actually played.
So you pitch. Now, you did, of course, play the field a lot in your high school career, but mainly you are a pitcher. So what's your love for pitching?
You get to control it. Hitting, you obviously get to control your body, but you don't get to control what pitch you get. But pitching, you can control what you throw, what counts, and it's on you.
Right. So what have you done to stay healthy? What measures are you taking?
So, weight room, get my body right. That's obvious, kind of. And then just general stretching, bands, just make sure I warm up good. Nothing to put too much stress on my arm.
So I want an on the field and an off the field answer here. Who has been your inspiration in both those aspects?
So off the field, it's kind of a general answer, but my parents, because they've just given me so many opportunities to do what I want in all sports, not just baseball, but specifically baseball. I've been really thankful for them because they've put a lot of money, time for me to be able to play. And on the field, so I really like Max Scherzer, huge Mizzou fan. He's obviously a good pitcher. And then as of recent, getting to watch him a lot, Sonny Gray.
Right.
It's really awesome to watch.
Those are both very good pitchers. So the baseball team started your freshman year, correct?
Yeah, that was the very first year in program history.
It was a little rough. That was a 4-20 year, but there's not a lot that you can expect from that. So were you getting early playing time that year and sophomore year?
Yeah, I've started every single game in Cap City history. It's a pretty cool fact.
Every single one. That's nice. That's nice. So let's skip on to your junior year. How about that? It's not as bad as 4-20, but it's still not perfect. You guys went 12-20. So how was that game, or how was that season, I should say?
The season, it was kind of underwhelming. Say if we go back to sophomore year, we were 13-16. We flirted with 500. We had a big win streak in the middle of the year, and then kind of cooled down towards the end. And then going from that to junior year, we kind of had high expectations because we were we're returning a lot. We can be a lot better, but it didn't really end up happening. But there was still a lot of progress made from being 4-20.
I do want to mention as well that junior year was Cap City's first ever playoff win as well. So how was that game?
That was cool. I mean, we kind of went in the playoffs, nothing to lose. Very, very low seed. We were 7 seed. Didn't do good regular season, but we came into the game confident against Elias. We could beat them, and we went, took care of business, did all the little things right, and won.
Right. So senior year was definitely a turnaround. You guys ended up going 21-12. Now you did lose in the first round to St. Francis Borgia, a very tough team. So there's not a whole lot to gripe about with that one. But of course, you did want to go further on in the playoffs. So how was senior year?
Senior year was cool. I mean, we had a lot of talent. We lost a lot of seniors last year, so we knew we were going to be extremely young, but we were really talented. So it was kind of a mix of like some games we'd show up to play and we'd win, beat some tough teams, and then other teams we played down to our competition. So we didn't set ourselves up great going into districts. We were a 20-win 6 seed, and so we had a tough draw. I had to play Borgia, who was runner-up Class 5 last year, and we knew it was going to be a tough game going in. We faced Jack Nobes, one of the best pitchers in the state, and lost a tough pitchers duel 1-0.
Right. So I want to ask you, what was your best high school game this year? And, if it is ever, then we'll stick with that. But if you do have a better game that you had in those first 3 years, kind of give me the rundown of how those games were for you.
So honestly, this year, best game was honestly against Borgia. I mean, I threw really well. Only gave up 2 hits to Jack Nobe, and that's what ended up scoring the 1 run that beat us. But other than that, it was a good game. Stuff was on. Had a lot of strikeouts. Getting weak contact. It was good.
It's just kind of tough playing one of those, national level players. He's going to Xavier?
Xavier, yeah.
Yeah, very good baseball team there. So during your all spring breaks the past 3 years, you guys have traveled a little bit. It was Atlanta sophomore year, and it was Tampa the last 2 years?
Last year was like Fort Pierce. I don't know.
So last 2 were in Florida
at
least.
2 different spots, but this year was Tampa area.
All right, so I want to ask you did you enjoy traveling during spring break, or is that kind of something that's like, you're a little iffy on?
I really enjoyed it. It's obviously a cool experience. Get to play away from home, travel for a little bit, do fun things with the team. That's really where we figure out like what our team's kind of like, how different guys interact with each other, and coaches figure out kind of what they have to deal with. And it's just always fun going to play. We play some competition. It's cool.
So how about your stats and credentials during high school?
So you want me to start with like stats or like credentials?
Let's start with stats.
So stats, freshman year, I think I remember I hit like 280, something around there. It's kind of just getting used to playing varsity baseball. Sophomore year, I did really good at the plate. I battled some injuries on the mound, so it wasn't very good. But I think I hit around 390. Didn't quite get to 400. Junior year, hitting took a step back. I hit 320. It was still pretty good.
Step back. You're hitting 320.
This year, I finally got over 400. I think I ended at like 402.
That's insane.
Yeah, I hit 100 hits, and then I think towards the end of the year, I finished with around 130 career hits. That's cool.
So how about your credentials?
So all 4 years, I've been all district, and all 4 years I've been some sort of all conference. So freshman and junior year, I was second team all conference, and sophomore year and senior year, I was first team. And then sophomore year, I all-state honorable mention as an infielder. And then this year, the teams haven't came out yet, so it's still to be determined.
Very nice. So let's skip straight to a question that I had for later, but we are kind of mentioning it here. So you were a 400 hitter, but while you're at St. Charles, you're only pitching?
Yep.
So is that something that you're kind of okay with, or are you a little bit iffy on that decision there?
I made the choice. I think it'll be best for my future to just focus on pitching. I like hitting, but I think pitching's where my future is, and if I can just go and focus on it, I think I'll get a lot better.
So, Brock, I want to ask you, who were your favorite high school teammates throughout the process of playing baseball 4 years?
So, high school wise, it was like all of them. I don't dislike anybody, but obviously one of my favorites is probably Zach, because we've been very great friends since kindergarten, and it's always been cool to just play baseball with him. And then the senior class, obviously we went up through 4 years together, and it was cool. And then the underclassmen, kind of being me being the upperclassman down with the underclassmen, they weren't scared of anything. It was hilarious just watching them do what they do. It was specifically John. I don't know if he'll be watching, but the coaches, the teammates all loved what he brought to the table.
Right. So I want to ask you, did you do any type of showcase camps during the summer or even during the year to kind of get your name out there?
Yeah, over summer, where St. Charles first saw me was a showcase camp. There's like 10 schools there, and I did pretty well. So that's where a lot of schools that texted me were from, that specific showcase camp.
Right. So our next question, this is the last question before we move on to college. I want to ask you, what is kind of the mental aspect of, one, being on the hill, and two, just baseball in general?
So baseball is big on mental toughness. I mean, it's obviously physical. You have to be able to play, but you can play, but if you're not mentally there, you're not going to be good. So for me as myself, going into freshman year, I really didn't have a clue. Like, I just went and played, and I did respectable. So it made me realize, like, I physically could do it. But growing from freshman year to where I am now, every year is like different. Like, that's the way I thought of things, and like hitting wise, like what do I do in certain counts? How do I react to certain pitches? Like, I've grown a lot over the 4 years, and even pitching too, like what pitches to throw and what counts, like how to react to something bad happening, or just in general, like staying positive, because negativity in baseball is never a recipe for success.
This summer, you're playing for the Jefferson City Renegades, a little small summer ball league. So are you excited for that?
Yeah, we've already started, and I've got one appearance. I've already learned a bunch, and it's cool just being around college guys and getting to play against college guys. It'll really get me prepared.
So explain the format of this league a little bit, because I'm somewhat unfamiliar with this. All I really know is that Coach Amelia is the head coach for the Renegades.
Yeah, so it's like it's a college league just based in the Midwest. So you'll get college guys, some guys at high school that are going to play in college, and we just play games against each other. It's a league format, so like top teams go to the playoffs, but it's wood bat, just college guys. I don't really know too much more.
Right. So do you know how many teams are in it by chance? I know it's you, Sedalia Bombers, and who else is in the league?
I think this year it's 8. We go up to Iowa this weekend. There's a couple teams in there.
Nice.
I don't know exactly what they're called. St. Joe, Mustangs. I don't think this year Joplin's in the league, but I know there's 8 teams. That's all.
Well, that's more than I knew, so thanks for at least sharing a little bit of it there. What was your recruiting like?
So recruiting kind of picked up more in the summer. Going into my senior year, I never really talked to any schools beforehand, but as I played summer ball, I got some texts and talked to some coaches, and over the fall went on visits. I went on 4 visits, and then ultimately in the winter made my decision to go to St. Charles.
Right, so that easily transitions us into the next question. Why did you choose St. Charles Community College?
So I had 2 offers from 4-year schools and 2 offers from junior colleges, so I kind of got to choose which path I wanted to take. And I feel like junior college will be really good for me, because I can go develop for 2 years and then choose where I want to go. If I want to switch it up, it's a lot easier going from a junior college to a 4-year than a 4-year to a 4-year with the portal and everything. It's crazy. I think right now there's like 3,000 baseball players in the portal. So I think going junior college, develop for 2 years, and then keep my options open for anything is a really good choice. Coach Bowen has a really good plan in place. So that really drew me to St. Charles.
Right. What were your other offers that you had?
So St. Charles, Moberly area, well, William Woods, and Columbia College.
Nice. So you kind of had him all in the same area, sort of. You had those Missouri schools kind of looking at you. So what are your goals while you're at St. Charles?
So, I mean, obviously help the team win. I'm a huge competitor, and I love winning. So that's obviously goal number one. But personally, just develop, get as best as I can so I can get the best options for myself in the future.
Right. So, of course, after 2 years, you will end up transferring. So I want to ask you, what are your schools that you kind of have targeted? At least give me a top three.
Top three.
You know, you can give me top five if you'd like as well.
Top five, yeah. I'm not really dead set on any schools right now, but I mean, it would obviously be cool to go like Mizzou or like any local schools because I've been a huge Mizzou fan my whole life, so that'd obviously be cool to go represent them playing baseball. But I couldn't really give you like a top five. I'm honestly just keeping my options open to see where I'm at in 2 years.
Right. I think Mizzou would probably work best for you because you've got your friends going there as well. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. So, you know, are you kind of looking to go to the MLB, or is that, you know, something that you haven't really thought of? Is just baseball in college?
I mean, obviously right now it's just baseball in college, but I don't really know what baseball player wouldn't want to go to the MLB. That's obviously something I would like to do, but it'll take a lot to get there.
Right. The same question as I just asked. Are there any target teams that you kind of like that, you know, if you were to get an opportunity to be drafted, what are those teams that you really enjoy watching?
Cardinals or Royals. I mean, I'm a big Cardinals fan, and then I like the Royals too. So staying close to home would be really cool.
Right. So our final question of the day, what is your major going to be throughout college, and what are you kind of looking to do as a career?
So at St. Charles, I'm basically just knocking out my general education, and then I can transfer into whatever. I'm looking probably somewhere like related to business or sports management. A dream job of mine would be to work in like front office of an MLB team, like trade, scout, whatever. That'd be really cool to me.
That would be awesome. I feel like a lot of the athletes that I have on, including yourself, you all seem like you want to like stay in sports, even if you're not actually playing. So, you know, that's something that I've kind of enjoyed along the way of doing these interviews.
Yeah.
So, Brock, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
This has been Missouri Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.